Have you ever wondered, what does it take to become a great leader in today's chaotic world? I wish I had learned this earlier in my life, but now I'm here to share it with you. In this episode, we'll uncover 3 crucial skill sets you must master to excel as a leader. The first skill set is the key to unlock the necessary paths on your leadership journey, the paths towards growth and success. Before I learned it, anxiety and fear, they hold me back. The second one, it will enable you to build strong relationships and alliances where others even fail to collaborate. And the third one will enable you to manage complexity in working environments others would grit their teeth on. Hey, welcome to Lead Now. My name is Dominik Schlossarczyk. Leadership and personal growth are my passions, and I'm here to help you break out of your comfort zone and lead effectively by sharing my experiences and lessons learned. We already learned that self-awareness is the foundation for great leadership. But what comes next? What are the pillars you need on top of this foundation to build an exceptional leadership journey, especially in today's ever-changing world? Let's start with the first one, which will help you to unblock the paths throughout your journey. And this one is mindfulness. But wait, what does mindfulness has to do with leadership? Actually, it's absolutely necessary for becoming a great leader. And not only a great leader, to become a great relationship partner, a great sportsman or sportswoman, or whatever you want to become in your life. Without it, you won't grow. Without it, you won't be resilient. And here's why. Studies prove that mindfulness improves the job performance by 25%. It improves the control of emotional responses by even 35%. This means that with mindfulness, emotions like anger, fear, or intimidation occur less frequently and last for a shorter time. Also, mindfulness reduces stress and burnout by 30%. And I can totally back this up. Mindfulness helped me to escape the spiral of stress. It also reduces passive avoidant behaviors by up to 30%. In my last episode, I explained the consequences for my project caused by my passivity. And last but not least, it also leads to better relationships with employees by 40%. And can you see now how this affects leading others? And of course, also it applies to the private life. But what is mindfulness exactly? Think of mindfulness like holding a snow globe still. When you shake the snow globe, the flakes swirl chaotically around, making it really hard to see what is inside. This is like your mind when it's full of thoughts, worries, or distractions. Practicing mindfulness is like setting the snow globe down and letting the flakes settle. And as they slowly fall, the scene inside becomes clear. In the same way, mindfulness helps you pause, observe your thoughts without reacting to them, and allows your mind to settle. So you can see your experiences and emotions with greater clarity and calm, rather being habitually driven by them, being led by them. Make sure to stick around to the end because I will not only reveal the remaining crucial skill sets, but will provide you an absolutely amazing resource with which you can already start to understand and train mindfulness. Let's continue with the definition of mindfulness. It is the basic human ability to be fully present, aware what we are doing, and not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going around us. Let's break down the different parts. First, the basic human ability to be fully present. Mindfulness, it's a natural ability we all have. But in today's fast-paced world, full of distractions, a lot of people, especially leaders, are not taking care of this natural power. Think about it. How often do you find yourself physically in one place, but mentally somewhere else? Before I practiced mindfulness, My mind would often wander away during meetings. For example, I replaced past conversations in my head, or I thought about the next meeting I hadn't prepared for, which left me feel anxious and also completely disconnected from the present moment, from the colleagues I was in discussion with. The next part, aware of what we are doing. The key word here is again self-awareness, the foundation of great leadership. It's about recognizing what we think, feel, what we are doing. For example, once I became aware that my mind was drifting to the unprepared meeting, I could consciously bring myself back to the present discussion. Just this simple shift reduced the tension in my body and helped me refocus. Now imagine this. A big career opportunity comes just around the corner, which also of course comes with additional responsibility. And you might feel a wave of anxiety, uncertainty, and ask yourself, can I really handle this responsibility? How much overtime will be required now to get settled in this new position? Without self-awareness, you might habitually back away, letting fear block your path. But with self-awareness, you can pause, be with your emotions in the present moment, and finally step out of your habitual reaction. It enables you to break out of blocking patterns and to start to explore new paths. The last part, not overly reactive or overwhelmed by what's going on around us. Our brains are amazing, aren't they? They react lightning fast to external triggers. Here's an example. During a meeting, I shared my perspective and a coworker raised an eyebrow like this. My brain immediately interpreted that as a threat, like encountering a wild animal, and started a survival mechanism. My breath got shallow and I started speaking faster. As a consequence, I disconnected from my audience and I could not deliver my message properly. Does this sound familiar to you? These automatic reactions are common, but they don't serve us well in leadership. The resulting sensations and emotions can be overwhelming. We lose our ability to think rationally. We lose clarity, like when the snowflakes are swirling inside the snow globe. Mindfulness helps you clearly notice the results of your survival mechanisms, the tension they create in your body, and the nervousness, which does not feel good at all. With mindfulness, you pause and let the snowflake settle. Paying attention what's happening inside helps you to rewire your brain, letting go of unnecessary survival mode responses. And trust me, no one's ever been hurt by a raised eyebrow or a skeptical comment. So next time you feel the urge to react impulsively, whether it's fear, anger, or anxiety, try to pause instead. Mindfulness allows you to unlock a new path, one where you stay calm, connected, and communicate effectively. Sounds great, right? But how do you make this even happen? As I promised, stick around because I'll be sharing an invaluable resource later to help you start rewiring your brain and mastering mindfulness for your leadership journey. Now that we understand what mindfulness actually is, it's clear why it's the first essential leadership skill for navigating today's challenging times. Leadership is fundamentally about creating and driving change. Back in the 1980s, during the Cold War, the term VUCA was coined to describe a world defined by volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity. Fast forward to today, our world evolved from VUCA to BANI, a world that is brittle, anxious, non-linear, and incomprehensible. This describes the reality we are living in right now. Take the rapid rise of AI, for example. It's disrupting businesses, making it difficult for leaders to predict its long-term implications. And workers and leaders alike are anxious about their future and their job security. So without mindfulness, you risk becoming your own biggest obstacle, allowing anxiety and fear to take control, allowing them to lead you. So mindfulness empowers you to break free from these limiting emotions. This was the first skill set. Now let's move on to the second essential skill set every leader must master. And these are interpersonal skills. As a leader, dealing with people is unavoidable. In fact, your success often depends on it. Think of it this way. We are all gears in a big engine, and interpersonal skills are the oil that keeps these gears running smoothly. And yes, there are other ways to make the gears work, but not all of them are ethical. That's why bribes exist at many levels of society, unfortunately. For example, have you ever wondered why your boss brings fresh pretzels to a team workshop? Jokes aside, let's take to ethical practices. Interpersonal skills equip you to build meaningful connections with others, communicate effectively even in challenging situations, and win allies and even turn conflicts into lasting positive relationships. Where mindfulness focuses inward, helping you lead yourself, interpersonal skills focus outward. They are the key to mastering the second dimension of leadership, leading others. Like in a sports game, you have to interact with your team, listen when there are disagreements on the field, and redirect the focus towards winning. And also motivate the team when the match is getting tough and you run behind the other team. Together, mindfulness and interpersonal skills, they boost your leadership abilities, enabling you to build strong alliances and foster collaboration, where others often fail. Mastering this skill set doesn't just make you a better leader, it makes you someone people truly want to work with and follow. In an upcoming episode, we'll take a deeper dive into some powerful interpersonal techniques that will elevate your leadership skills. You might already be familiar with some of these, such as the Johari window model, active listening, leading crucial conversations, standing stillness, tit for tat, and several important presentation skills as well. We'll also explore how mindfulness enhances these techniques, helping you approach them with clarity and emotional balance. Stay tuned, you won't want to miss this. This was the second skill set, but we are not done yet. There's still one crucial skill set left, one that will significantly increase your professionalism and enable you to navigate complexity. The third skill set required to become a great leader consists of management skills, with a special focus on project management skills. As a leader, you must be able to manage your work, your tasks and responsibilities, projects, which often have a lot of interdependencies, and people and processes. Across all of these points, you will need to make decisions based on incomplete information. Here, professional project management introduces a holistic and structured approach to your work environment. It provides the scaffolding you need to ensure tasks are completed efficiently, stakeholders are aligned, and goals are met. This structure isn't just helpful, it's often the deciding factor between success and failure. You might be thinking, wait a second, we are here to learn about the three crucial skill sets great leaders need to master. Why are we talking now about management skills? Let's clear this up by distinguishing their different purposes. Management, on the one side, is all about bringing structure to handle the complexity within organizations. This complexity can arise from factors such as managing customers in different countries with diverse needs, coordinating interdependent projects that require budgeting, staffing, risk management, and problem solving. And here's an example. Imagine your project relies on a deliverable from another team, but they are delayed. And this delay puts now your deadlines at risk. As a manager, you assess the situation, you identify dependencies, and you develop mitigation strategies together with the other project team. You then bring in additional experienced team members to ensure timely delivery. Management skills equip you to organize, prioritize, and implement the structure needed to overcome challenges and achieve success. On the other side, leadership is there to drive change within organizations. This includes expanding into new markets, introducing innovative products, or improving existing processes, and shaping and evolving the organizational culture. Let's revisit the earlier example of the delayed deliverable from another project. In many organizations, silos exist. They create barriers to communication and collaboration. As a leader, you address this by driving cultural change. You extend your network, you share information about your project and its purpose. You also outline the benefits for the other project team and you integrate them so they are willing to manage common risks collaboratively. Do you see how much mindfulness and interpersonal skills come here into play? You might initially feel hesitant to explore these new organizational silos, but you don't let fear block this crucial path to success. Even if the other project team is skeptical of you at first, you stay grounded through mindfulness, you lead yourself with confidence, and approach them boldly. By communicating effectively and building trust, you turn initial skepticism into collaboration and progress. As a leader, you will need to navigate both complexity and change simultaneously. That's why management skills, especially project management, provide the tools to structure your efforts and align them with the larger vision you are working to create. Together with mindfulness and interpersonal skills, they round out the essential skill sets for modern leadership. When I first started studying for my PMI, Project Management Professional Certification, it was a total game changer for me. For those unfamiliar, the PMI, Project Management Institute, is a US-based organization that provides one of the most widely respected certifications in project management globally. It's essentially a best practice guide for managing projects. So first time in my career, I understood how complexity turned my organization into chaos and failure. And here's what happened. At that time, I was part of a project to improve our product engineering process. Like many big corporations, our organization had too many projects running in parallel. And the project failed because of 3 reasons. First, we as the responsible team never formally set up the project with a project charter and did not effectively communicate its purpose to all affected stakeholders. Second, as a result, the experts which should support us were working in different projects at the same time. They were not really committed and they just supported sporadically. And I'm quite sure that not all of them were even aware about their lack of being part of our project organization. And third, it led to major delays and an overdraw of budget, which then finally forced our management to shut down the project. With professional project management, you can prevent these pitfalls. It gives you the structure to handle complexity, keep stakeholders aligned, and deliver results where others might grit their teeth in frustration. In a nutshell, management skills will help you to lead others and your business. You remember, leading a project or a business is the third leadership dimension. Before we go now to the summary and to the bonus, make sure to give me a like and subscribe to my channel if you find the content valuable. To recap, we've covered the 3 essential skill sets that are crucial for becoming a successful leader. First, mindfulness. It's the most fundamental one. With mindfulness, you gain the ability to recognize your thoughts and emotions and don't let yourself be driven by habitual reactions. When practiced regularly, it reduces your stress and anxiety. It allows you to be present with more clarity and argue rationally. Studies have even shown that mindful leaders perform better in both their job and leadership roles. Personally, I can totally confirm its transformation power. But how do you achieve this? As promised, I give you now an invaluable resource to understand and practice mindfulness. Here comes the bonus. One of my favorite books, Unwinding Anxiety by Dr. Judson Brewer, explains how to rewire your brain and break free from unhelpful habits. Whether it's stress, worrying, anger, self-doubt, or even self-judgment, this book offers actionable strategies to help you become a more present and a more resilient leader. it kickstarted my mindfulness journey. Mindfulness, it's even important across all the three leadership dimensions: leading yourself, leading others, and leading a business. Then we had the second crucial skill set, interpersonal skills. For example, active listening. They help you to communicate and collaborate effectively. These skills, they amplify your ability to positively influence others, foster strong relationships, and handle conflicts constructively. By mastering interpersonal skills, you will excel in the second leadership dimension, leading others. Then the third crucial skill set, management skills. These professional skills will help you to tackle complexity, drive activities towards success, and impress your coworkers and managers. You will be able to work and lead more effectively as you follow a structured best practice approach, which is crucially important to lead a business, the third leadership dimension. All in all, these three skill sets combined will provide a super solid ground to build up a great leadership journey. You can easily remember them with this abbreviation, M in M, like the famous rapper Eminem. Imagine this: you are working with a key stakeholder who has the reputation for being critical and difficult to collaborate with. Others have already struggled, but you don't fall into the same traps. Why? Because with mindfulness, you remain calm. You don't react with anger or intimidation. With your interpersonal skills, you actively listen to his concerns, you ask thoughtful questions, and uncover why he feels the organization has let him down in the past. And with your management skills, you collaborate together to define a shared goal and draft a clear plan that enhances collaboration and delivers results in the end. And ta-da! You transformed a challenging relationship into a productive alliance, and also establishing yourself as a highly influential leader. It's definitely not easy. It requires practice, but knowing these three skills and applying their techniques will bring you there, step by step. Now it's your turn. Which skill do you think is the most important for you to master right now? Let me know by voting in the community poll. Your feedback really helps me create the content that's most relevant and valuable for you. Thank you for watching, and see you soon. Break out now and kickstart your leadership journey. Lead now.